Alright, today we have a game of truly epic proportions. The Sega Genesis got a Capcom classic. It's The Great Circus Mystery, starring Mickey and Minnie Mouse. This game actually is one of a series of Mickey and Minnie Mouse games that Capcom made using basically the same sprites and engine. This one just happens to tell the tale of a mystery that happens at the circus. Thrilling, I know. And this bit, it introduces the eponymous mystery that honestly, well, there's not much of a mystery to it. Get more into that soon, but Mickey and Minnie took a trip to the edge of town to go to the circus, and what they find instead, well, is a circus, but there's no clowns or anything. And here comes Goofy, looking especially kind of creepy in my mind, just how depressed Goofy comes off here. All because the circus isn't happening today. Doesn't even stop to look at his friends. Never mind. We can still go to the circus, Goofy. I know you're depressed that we're a few minutes late. But now that we're here, the party can begin. I love how just full of himself Mickey is here. The circus is empty though, as it appears. And Goofy goes off, never to be seen again. Honestly, I'm not sure why they bothered with Goofy here, but there he is. Mickey and Minnie take it upon themselves to investigate the mysterious goings-on at the circus. And of course, if you follow Disney, especially Mickey at all, from this time period, you probably have a good guess. And you'd probably be correct. This game can be played co-op, but we're gonna go with Mickey because he's awesome. There's no difference between the characters. The primary functions: jumping on stuff, throwing them around like Koopas. You can do this with basically any of the small enemies until we get pretty late in the game and it becomes pretty obvious what you can't jump on because they're covered in spikes. But yeah, these otherwise function pretty much like Koopa shells. I mistook these balloons for balloons that you can jump on later on. We'll be seeing them in a few seconds. This first stage is really very short, and it's the only circus-related stage. So the Great Circus Mystery becomes a bit of a misnomer, because we're done with the circus in like 5 minutes into the game. Yeah, there's exactly 2 of those Jack-in-the-Box enemies in the entire game. Here we have our first mini-boss. Some kind of weasel guy juggling fire. And actually, if you look closely at the fireball sprites, they're not just fireballs. There's actually like a torch handle sticking out from them, so it's kind of it's a detail at least. I wouldn't call it interesting. But yeah, this is pretty much all there is to the boss. If you're careful, you can jump on his extended nose when he's juggling, and then otherwise jump over his flames and bop him in the head as he runs to catch up to them. Goes down in 6 hits, like basically every mini-boss. This is another enemy. There are exactly 2 of in the entire game. These monkeys. They're obnoxious. They throw things at you. Here we find Donald, who scatters Mickey face blocks over the entire world. And also introduces us to our first costume, which is sort of the running power system in this game, I suppose. He made a mess of the whole world, and it actually enables us at all to get through things. So thanks, Donald, for making a mess and letting us beat the game. And we've acquired the sweeper suit. It's kind of terrible. You can vacuum up enemies and small enemies, and it'll spit out a silver coin. Personally, when I can get away with it, I prefer to stick with standard Mickey because he can pick enemies up and throw them. Yep, just got nailed by a monkey projectile, some kind of berry, I guess. Now here are the blocks. Silver ones are just stationary. Gold ones you can pick up and toss. Sometimes there's stuff in them, like hearts or coins. Red blocks you can pick up and throw, and they'll respawn instantly, just kind of useful for projectiles. Gold Mickey coins are worth 5, silver are worth 1. You can spend them at hidden stores throughout the game to buy more hearts to refill your health and energy for your different suits. Really basic platforming there. These giant Mickey head boxes typically contain either an extra life or more health. You can grab hold of the handle, either standard Mickey or you could vacuum it up with the vacuum suit, or use some of the later costumes bust these open. You can also toss enemies around like Koopas, smash all the boxes. Works very well. Just gonna go collect some of the stuff in these boxes, get more coins. The cannon over there shoots either exploding cannonballs or mini Pete's. So there's your first hint about who messed up the circus. Like a wild gas whose face is just everywhere. Now there's no real pattern to whether it shoots a mini Pete or a cannonball. You just have to kind of hope for the best. Yeah, when you stun the mini Petes, you can throw them in their bigger versions of the mini enemy toss. And believe it or not, we're just about done with this first level, coming up in the boss in another screen or so. And we'll use the sweeper for the boss because the game wants you to. You don't have to, actually. There's only one boss where you have to use the sweeper. It's kind of a terrible costume. But yeah, with the sweeper suit, you can suck up the lion's main balls and make his attacks easier to dodge. When they're swirling, you can't jump on him without getting hurt, and you can't suck up his main balls. Also, after most hits, he'll sneeze and fire his main balls out in every direction. But you don't actually have to suck up any of his hair. You can just jump on him whenever it's available. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I beat this guy without actually finishing off his main. Just taking every opportunity to jump on his head. Once you do suck up on the main balls, he pretty much resorts to just the jumping attack, leaping off screen and coming crashing back down. And the main balls are worth a gold coin apiece. There you have it. Stage 1. We'll tally up your score. Not that it ends up mattering at all in the end, but there you have it. And next video we move on to the jungle. See you then.